Kent Mendoza has a bright future ahead of him. He is currently applying to college and hoping to one day get his master's degree.
I'm applying right now to transfer, so hopefully I get into UCLA.
That's great.
Or USC or wherever I do. I'm applying to a bunch of schools.
That's amazing.
So yeah.
But earlier in his life, he was on the brink of becoming a statistic.
I was sent to probation camp for a 211, which is a robbery. And I was supposed to do 9 months in the probation camp.
But Mendoza ended up being there much longer and says he got lost in the system.
I was incarcerated when I was 15 years old, and I was released when I was 20. So in all levels of incarceration, starting from probation, camps, juvenile halls, county jail, and then the Department of Juvenile Justice. You were living in a facility that looks like kind of like prison. It starts affecting you psychologically. And it's like we're telling kids that we're getting them ready for prison.
Mendoza's story is not unique, and that is why probation reform is a top priority for the Board of Supervisors. A probation reform and implementation team was formed to create a reform roadmap and establish a new probation oversight commission, whose ultimate goal is to improve the county's largest probation department.
We're tasked with two things. We're tasked with coming up and supporting the probation department with a reform plan. We're also tasked with coming up with the structure and the powers for the body that will have oversight over the probation department, which will be the new Probation Oversight Commission.
The topic for a recent community meeting in Long Beach was programs and services for youth on probation and juvenile facilities.
Treating juveniles like they are kids and making sure that we make every effort possible to keep them away from the system itself, because it just primes them for a deeper entrance into the system.
David Valle, who was incarcerated for over a decade, is eager to see changes.
I think probation reform is really important. I missed one appointment, and because of that appointment, I was sent back to jail, and then 3 years were added because of the missing and because of the violation of the term. It just robbed me of everything. It robbed me, and my condition just got worse.
Now we're looking at some of the systemic reasons that folks engage in criminal activity, some of the lack of resources that have contributed to that. I think that we're looking at the problem now with a whole new set of eyes.
Currently, there are about 8,000 youth in probation camps, home placement, or juvenile hall in LA County.
When we do decide that people who are eligible to be released, we have to make sure that there is a spider web, a group organization that is going to, be accountable for our young.
To create pipelines of hope, not pathways to jail.
For me, what really helped me while being incarcerated to find hope, ultimately transforming that hope into me changing my behaviors, was having people that really believed in me, people that supported me throughout my whole transition. The more compassion, love, and support we show them throughout their incarceration, that's what's going to end up resonating with them eventually.
The implementation team will dissolve after a permanent oversight commission is formed. In Long Beach, I'm Naiba Reynoso.